Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. In today's video update here for Bitcoin, we are trading at $16,399. 24-hour volume, we're down 13%. And market cap, we are up 1.40%. Heading over to our weekly chart, I'm going to go into daily and then immediate short term for 2 hours. But so far in this week itself, compared to the last candlestick that we had previously in the week, that we've got a doji candlestick, we have a very, very long range at the very bottom. So what we're going to anticipate is a lot of selling pressure as Bitcoin is retracing down to the bottom of our trend line. If we can see week after week, we are in essentially a downwards channel coming down to an area of support, resistance, and then another area of support. So we are going to be testing the trend line at the very bottom here for an area of support and hopefully coming up to retest the 17,800, which is 78% of our fib. If we go into our daily chart here, we did have really good promising candlestick from yesterday's candlestick, basically trying to match the previous candlestick here. We can see the body itself is fairly matchable to the comparison of the previous candle and the range as well. So as we are coming up, we are most likely going to be hitting this area as a resistance line for today at $16,746. We can see that it has a good area of supply and demand from the outskirts of 16,800 all the way down to 16,400. So this is a good area of supply and demand for the price to get into. We can see this range already so far for today getting into this area of supply, but we are continuously making a lot of higher low swing candles, essentially going to get rejected at this point and then coming down and retesting this area right here. We can see the nodes at the 16,100. Now, if we go into immediate short term of 2 hours, what we are going to see is a retest of our support line. So our support and our resistance line we're going to see in the next couple of hours or so. So let me just pinch this out really, really quick here for you and bring out our fib chart. So in the next couple of hours, we are ultimately going to be retesting our 50% line here. So give me one moment to just kind of adjust our fib. So right off here at 61% of our fib at $16,149 around this area of supply and demand. Now we can see again, we have a really good chunk of nodes of our volume profile right up here at 16.7 all the way to 16.469. And then we have these nodes at the very bottom here. Now, if the price is going to come down, this is going to be a heavy area where the supply is currently at, and we're going to be using this as an area of support. We do have a few areas already retracing back down to November 10th, and then here on November 14th, and then here on November 20th, retested this area as a good area of support. Now, before we even get into the 61%, we can see on a 2-hour time frame, 50% of our fib at 16,300 was a retested line here for support. Again, back here on November 11th, on November 16th, and then ultimately broke it on November 20th. So we can already see some candlesticks here in the previous 2-hour candlesticks was retracing down and held on to support here. So we are going to be retesting this area of support to see if we can come back and test this area of resistance at 16,500 today. Now, a few of our indicators here for our stock RSI does show that the RSI itself is fairly dropping at 45%, and it could possibly drop all the way down to the 20% before we see that immediate reversal here, retesting again at the 50%. If we do see higher or lower histograms or these bars on our MACD indicator that does measure momentum, then ultimately we are going to see that retest of the 61% here, and already we can see it is matching around our 20 moving average and our 50 moving average. So when we do immediately see that support from 61%, we are most likely going to come up and retest the 38% at the 16,500, all depending on the momentum of our MACD indicator. So those are kind of my targets here. We are going to be testing this area of support fairly soon at the 50%. We've already seen it in the previous 2-hour candle. And then if we're not able to hold on to support there, we're going to retest this outskirts or this area of supply and demand. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel as well, but I will see you guys next time.